It is Tuesday, August 19th, 2025, and we're about 2 weeks away from the NFL season kicking off. Today, we will be breaking down our wide receiver rankings. That's right. Me and Justin will be talking about the most important position in fantasy football, in my opinion. And we also have a special guest. So you know I have to be on my behavior today, guys. So without further ado, let's start the show.
You're watching Fantasy Now Plus.
What is going on? Hey, I made sure my mic was not muted like it was yesterday for my show. I had a banger opening. Like, it was probably the best opening I've ever said in my life, and no one heard it except for my cat. So I would repeat it, but it was yesterday.
It was really funny because we were literally just talking, nothing wrong. You go live, and then all of a sudden we can't hear you, and I'm just like, Josh, what did you do from the time we stopped talking to the time you started talking?
Sometimes it'd be like that, man. Sometimes it'd be like that. So
Yeah.
we do have some wide receiver rankings to get to. We have 4 specific players that you picked out that you wanted to talk about. Some I have strong opinions on, some I don't, to be completely honest with you. So we'll see where this conversation goes. I'm really interested to see what our guest thinks about these certain wide receivers, because I think I have an idea of how you feel, because I see your rankings. I can see them right here. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to go over the news, or do you want to bring our guests in right away? And let's get started banging on this show. I'm ready to go.
Well, let's bring the guest in because I'm curious about some of the news with them. So, yeah, let's do that.
Justin,
Josh, you host.
I'm not the host. No, you book the guest.
Oh,
you do the rest. That's the terminology here.
There's a little bit of echo. I'm not sure if that's Charlene.
Is that me?
This is the perfect thing about shows is before we go live, we're just sitting there talking. There's
no echo.
Nothing happens, but now there's an echo. So I think it is Charlene because I think. Okay, it's gone.
I think it was me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's way better. So some of the news today, just curious what you guys think of some of this. We're only going to talk about important news like Jalen McMillan. He's a wide receiver. He has a neck injury, likely out for week 1 and expected to miss some time. Some time was in quotes today from your boy down there, Todd Bowles. So that's interesting. Devonta Smith is not practicing today with a groin injury. Dallas Goedert limited with a groin injury. AJ Brown has a hamstring issue. So basically nobody on the Eagles is practicing today. I mean, that's all the news, right?
There's no other quarterback news you want to talk about?
Nothing happened today. Literally nothing else happened today. That is all of the news.
Precursor, Charlene, and everyone watching around the world, Jamie, Kimberly, Cap, we'll get to everybody. I was told if I brought up this news, he will leave the show today. Because per Josh Kimmel in April, I reported Daniel Jones would be the starter of this franchise, per Josh Kimmel, long time ago. And it happened, and I don't feel good about it. It's not a victory lap I want to take.
I said if you rage bait me today on Daniel Jones, I will rage quit.
But that's the thing, Justin, is even though I predicted this was going to happen, I drafted him as a top 24 player in one of our drafts for this reason. I don't want to feel good about it. I feel gross about it. Like, this is one of the most gross, disgusting victory laps I think I've ever had in my life. Ever, Charlene. Have you ever witnessed one? Hold on. I got to get to my guest real quick, Justin, right? Have you ever had like such a good take, but it's so disgusting you don't want to be right, so you just brush it under the carpet?
Yeah, yeah, this feels like one of those times for sure. Nobody's excited about Daniel Jones.
Living in Indianapolis, we are in the bad times. I was literally just talking to somebody about this the other day, is that we can't have anything nice here anymore. We make it to the NBA Finals, could win Game 7. Tyrese Halliburton tears his Achilles in Game 7 after like having a great start to the quarter. So that's bad. Caitlin Clark gets injured and has missed over half the season. The entire Fever lineup is completely decimated, and we're down to like 4 healthy players in general, not starters, healthy players. And now we have Daniel Jones as the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. We are in the bad times.
The dark is the dark. I mean, hey, it's always the darkest
Yeah.
before it. What's that saying? Can someone tell me? It's always darkest before something. Something happens. I saw The Dark Knight. I don't know. Charlene,
Grass is never greener on the other side. I'm just gonna say that. So
so Charlene, with this information, with this news, it is what it is. He's playing Miami Dolphins week 1. We are part of the Fins Talk Sports Network. We do have some Dolphins going on in the chat right now. We got some Tua information. You know, people are making fun of like Colts just gave up on their 4th overall pick 2 years ago while the Dolphins are over here trying to play the smart role. I don't know what that means. I like Tua, but yeah, it's just the same situation. If you're a part of the Finstock Sports Network, so we can kind of like sympathize with Justin because Tua hasn't been awesome for us, and we kind of want to move on. We kind of don't. Kind of a split fan base. I think the culture the same way. Are there any Daniel Jones supporters where you live?
I don't know a single one of them. So not a single person do I know is a Daniel Jones supporter. Nope, I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff on this show. No politics talk on on Fantasy Now. So no, it's bad. Jim Irsay is also hitting the Ring of Honor week 1 against the Dolphins. So this is just even more of a shit show. So
knowing Charlie, knowing and Justin, you can knowing that the Dolphins are depleted in the secondary already going into the season. Do you, if dynasties, I guess, because redraft, you're not drafting Daniel Jones or DFS, would you play Daniel Jones week 1 knowing that the Dolphins are just depleted? Like, I don't know if anyone's paying attention, but they don't have a secondary.
I might throw him in a lineup or two, save some money and go big elsewhere. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like you said, though, I mean, redraft is out. Like that's still not happening.
I had 2 redraft drafts this weekend, and I drafted both Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson in both of them.
Well,
For the safe bet. Like last 2 picks of the draft, I drafted both of them back to back, and I was gonna have one. I was gonna have a starting quarterback there.
Yeah.
Both of them are bench players anyway. I have 2 other actual starting quarterbacks. So, yeah. Back to wide receivers. The 49ers have none. So, right? 49ers have no starting.
Is that what we're doing today? Taking shots at our guys that are like behind the scenes too? Like, hey, Sean, your 49ers suck just like my Colts. Is that what we're doing today? Justin?
Charlene's a 49er fan too.
wait.
Oh, you are. Oh,
So
49ers.
I'm actually I'm a diehard Broncos fan. I was raised a Niner fan. I still love my Niners. So at least while the Broncos have been down, I've had the Niners to root for.
See, Charlene's like me with the Colts and Bengals. I'm a diehard Bengals fan, but I grew up a Colts fan, so it's hard to.
I mean, the only time I have to worry about them playing each other, they play each other in the preseason, and it's fun to go to the games when they're in town. They were in town for the preseason this year, and I missed it because I was at the expo. But a little bummed about that still.
49ers, man. Yeah. Let me ask you something about the 49ers. Ricky Pearsall. People love this guy. I like this guy.
I love him.
Do you love this guy? Okay, I figured.
love him.
I figured. Is he going to take a big step up? I mean, I haven't really because I
feel
heard
like it.
Okay, so big step up for him. Big step up for Kittle. Big step up for CMC.
Yeah, especially with Juan Jennings being injured, and we're not even going to talk about Ayuk. So yeah, I feel like this is Pearsall's year. Ricky to the moon.
Yes, I'm into that too. I don't know where I have him in my rankings. I think I have him pretty low. Last year, close your ears if you don't want to hear this. I was talking mad trash about Ricky Pearsall. And I take it back. Like I can do that, right? I'm allowed to take it back. He torched the Buccaneers, and then everyone was like, he's a must grab up. And I'm like, guys, chill. It's the Bucs, they suck. And he didn't do what we wanted him to do after that. But he kind of showed me something at the end of the year. So he's someone on my radar. I don't know. I haven't ended up with him anywhere. Any best ball leagues, redraft, or dynasty lately.
You have Pearsall at 54. I have him at 46. The team has him collectively at 41. He's being drafted at 43.
Yeah. So I'm the lowest on him. I'm a hater.
You are. You are
Yeah.
a hater.
It is what it is.
It's fine.
But can we get to the players I don't hate? So I have some positive things to talk about. Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
I know.
We could start. Let's start with Tyreek Hill.
All right.
Yes, Tyreek Hill. He is my wide receiver 16 in our rankings. He has obviously dropped off the face of the planet since last year because reasons which I will go into pretty soon here. Tyreek is a player where he could easily bounce back and be Tyreek again, 1,400 yards, 80 something catches, a ton of touchdowns. It's just he needs the support from the starting quarterback position. There's a lot of Dolphins fans in the chat right now watching, and we'll be watching this afterwards because, again, Finn's Talk Sports Network. If you're watching on Fantasy Now Plus, go over there and hit that sub button, especially if you're a Dolphins fan. Dolphins content every day. Would we be saying bad things if Jamar Chase had a bad season with Tyler Huntley and Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle? Would we be saying that? Or would we be going, oh, Chase is going to bounce back. He's fine. Because Tyreek has never showed any trends of being very, very ungood at football. Even last year, he was decent. Decent's not where you drafted him. You drafted him in the first round. I think that's baked into his ADP and his rankings this year, and we're hurt. It happens. Last year with Huntley, Skylar, and Boyle, he averaged 9.98 fantasy points per game. Terrible. With Tua, in his 11 starts, he averaged 14.9. It's a little bit better. It's not where he wants to be. It's not Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. But if you look at last year's top, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players, JSN, who finished 7th overall, had 15.5 fantasy points per game. Terry McLaurin, 15.5. He was 8th. And the list goes down to 11, which is Jerry Jeudy, who was averaging 14.3 fantasy points per game. So it's safe to say if Tyreek has a full season with his offense, with Tua, and not, honestly, Tyler Huntley's not even a backup quarterback. He is should not be an elite quarterback. Skylar Thompson, same situation. Tim Boyle, come on, give me a break. He could finish top 12 again, guys, easily with the production he had. I mean, these 5 games he's had, as a quarter of the season, it killed you. And I think people are still stuck on that quarter of the season that absolutely demolished him. Am I wrong on this?
I mean, you mentioned that Chase would not do the same with a backup quarterback, and he played 9 games with Jake Browning and still finished as wide receiver 11, which is a wide receiver 1 in fantasy football. So I guess Browning's just better than all the guys that
my point was we wouldn't be discounting Chase if he had bad numbers. We would go, oh no, he's still good. He's still great. That was my point. I know he put up good numbers. Just like
I think great wide receivers are still great regardless of who's the quarterback. I mean, Justin Jefferson literally made Sam Darnold look amazing. So, and Sam Darnold has been trash his entire career except for last year when he played with Justin Jefferson, which doesn't look good for the Seahawks. But I think great superstar wide receivers are going to be great regardless of who their quarterback is. Tyreek Hill has been great. Don't get me wrong. He has been great. I just think he's at the back half of his career now. He's 31 years old. We talk about how Hopkins fell off from being absolutely elite, great, to being wide receiver 45, 47, 22, 48 over the last 4 years. And that was after going 1, 2, 4, 4. So I think Tyreek Hill is finally starting to hit that decline to where we're going to start seeing less out of him. He's also had an oblique injury this offseason, so he's been injured. He hasn't gotten reps with Tua and the rest of that offense. That chemistry has not been there. Reports are saying that chemistry is not there right now because he hasn't been practicing with Tua. I think he's got a lot of issues to where that's going to really limit and hinder what he does in that offense this year. I just put out an article 17 minutes ago about four players to fade this season, and Tyreek Hill made my wide receiver list this year. So there's a lot going against him than there are going for him this year.
Interesting. Charlene, do you have any thoughts on Tyreek Hill?
I don't think I've really drafted him anywhere this season, and I've done a lot of drafts, so I am with you on the fade. I mean, where his ADP is, where he's being drafted, I'd rather take guys like Devontae Adams or JSN. I mean, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, Josh, you have him at 16. I have him at 17. Collectively, we have him at 16 for the team. He's being drafted 13, so it's not like way off. but we are lower than what his ADP
Yeah.
is saying right now. People are drafting him as a borderline wide receiver 1 because of the name. And I think that the same people that are
Yeah,
drafting him as their wide receiver 1 are the same people that drafted DeAndre Hopkins as their wide receiver 1 4 years ago.
Right.
And I think that's going to be a massive mistake for them.
Let me ask you guys a question. I heard Devontae Adams name get brought up. Let's say Stafford just can't go. His back is destroyed. He can't go.
Adams is way down.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So
Adams
would
is
you
way down.
I'm not going to argue or cause a scene here, but would you agree that Stafford's injury and his concerns of playing a full season are way higher than Tua's injuries and his concern to play the rest of the remaining season or all 17 games?
Right now
we're looking at two quarterbacks here.
I know. Right now, Tua's playing week 1. Stafford probably isn't going to be playing week 1, and they're going to have Jimmy Garoppolo.
They're trying to say he's going to play week 1, but yeah, I mean, I think that's still a toss-up. I don't know if I buy that.
I don't buy it.
It's kind of the same thing, right? It's Puka without Stafford is not great. So it definitely makes me nervous.
Jamie, you are correct. Stafford did practice yesterday for like the first time.
And he concerns me. His quarterback play, not his play, but his play concerns me as well as the injury. So I guess that's something to say. There's a lot of players with question marks out there. I just don't want to give up on Tyreek Hill when I saw what he did with Tua last year. Of course, all things being, if Tua's healthy, I can't stand that. I'm so sick of being a Dolphins supporter. Like, is there a new team out there I can like? I don't want to be a Bucks fan because y'all bandwagoners, and I don't want to deal with you. Is there any other team out there that's open that I can come
join
to?
the Broncos.
All right,
I
like Bo
Nix. Pretty cool. Bengals are pretty cool, and their offensive players are fun to root for.
If there's anyone besides Brian Daboll is there anyone that I hate more than Brian Daboll? It's probably Sean Payton. So I probably can't be a Bucks fan. I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. Where do you want to go to next?
We can just go right down the list to the next person.
Well, who was the next person? I got single. I take my notes on paper, guys. I'm old.
Yes, we talk about this every week. Chris Olave, he is ranked 29 on our rankings. He's 18 for you, 26 for me. People are drafting him though at wide receiver 34, which is about a 12. That's an entire round difference than what we have said. Because if you take the average of our two rankings, it's 22. We have him significantly higher in a New Orleans offense with a QB situation that's worse than the Colts, in my opinion. They don't know who their quarterback is. I don't think there is a good answer either. What do you guys think about Chris Olave heading into the season, especially coming off of a season with 3 concussions? Is the ADP correct here? Are we wrong?
Charlie, do you want to kick it off?
I mean, this is kind of another fade for me too. Really the whole everything about New Orleans, with the exception of Alvin Kamara, it just makes me nervous. And like you said, with all the concussions last year, I don't know, man.
I'm curious why Josh has him at 18. That's what I'm really curious.
Yes. So I do have him at 18 because I don't want to quit on a player so soon. And I think he is a very good talent, although his quarterback, I mean, I just argued about the quarterback situation being so bad there. But Olave is not the type of player who needs the deep plays like Tyreek does or who creates the deep plays. And I'm not expecting Olave to do that. I'm expecting Olave to stay with that route running situation that he always did. He's running the slants, but yet I don't want him to get hurt like he did last year. I chugged a Smirnoff Ice on the show last year because of him. It was awful.
He did.
Oh, remember that show? It was awful. So in my home league, if any player, doesn't matter, injury, doesn't matter. If you score a 0, if that player scores you a 0, you get iced. And you have to chug a Smirnoff Ice and post it in the league chat. So I just do it on the show. And I got iced twice last year. And both, I think, were Olave. And it's not good. So why do I have him at 18? I can't name you one other receiver there. I can't. Rashid Shaheed, sure. I guess he's a thing. He was top 15 and what?
Oh, in New Orleans? Okay, yeah. Shaheed, that's about it.
Yeah. He's top 15 in target share since entering the league in 2022. He hasn't really finished great. Finished 20th and 25th in his first 2 seasons. Last year I don't count because he did not finish. He only played 6 games. He only has 10 touchdowns in his career. Everything I'm saying is negative. Everything. But I'm banking on the Malik Neighbors effect where when there's nobody and when Spencer Rattler or Shuck throws the ball, we're going to have no other option but Chris Olave. Like, that's it. I can't name you another player besides Kamara, Winston.
It's Brandon Cooks is the other wide receiver there, by the way.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Brandon Cooks.
He's like the Milton Bradley of baseball. Excuse me if I'm aging myself. He played for like 30 years. I can't believe Brandon Cooks is still in the league. I just don't see. He's a tight end though. They last. Jason Witten retired, did some games on commentary, and came back. Like, they're fine.
I agree with Dave. Don't compare Olave with.
What I mean is, no, they're not the same player. But what I mean is, when there's nobody else, what else is there? So I did rank him a little too high. I'm gonna move him down. I know I updated my rankings yesterday, but I want to see something from him. I love Olave. And I think I think he can break open. I think he can get open. And I don't think the NFC South is very great defensively. He's going to play 6 games against those guys. The Panthers twice. Buccaneers don't have a secondary twice. And the Atlanta Falcons, who are working on their defense twice. So that's 6 games of what? What's your question, Justin?
Do you think Chris Olave is the NFC version of Michael Pittman Jr.?
No.
No? Better? Worse?
So, Charlene, in I guess reference to the question, Michael Pittman Jr. has no upside, according to people. And we ran with that last year. And it's true, he doesn't have upside. But I guess the play, you know what? Dang, I think you're right. I think he does have no upside. I think he's going to get like
saying about Chris Olave. I was like, is he talking about Michael Pittman right now? Like, it's except the only difference, like, they both have another deep guy on their team that just is only good for deep balls, and that's Alec Pierce.
Right.
They have a Brandon Cooks. They have Josh Downs, who's a younger Brandon Cooks. Like, it's the same wide receiver core. It's literally the same wide receiver core. They don't have a quarterback. Like, their quarterback situation is a mess. Like, it's the same team. I think actually the Saints and Colts are the exact same team, just in different cities.
The same exact team.
They're the same
team. You know what gets me about Olave? It's the target share, man. Like, I can't ignore that. It's hard to ignore opportunity. It just is, Charlene. And when the player gets 10 targets, 14 targets, even 8 targets a game, like, you can't ignore that. It's gonna happen. And I do bring up the Neighbors effect because he did demand like 172 targets last year. Didn't catch all 172, but he needed those from Daniel Jones to be productive. I know people don't want to hear that, but he needed those targets to be who he was last year. If Olave can get those targets, yeah, he should be putting up top 20 numbers. He should, in theory.
All right, but do you really think that they're going to be chucking the ball that much? I feel
Chuck
like
with Shuck. That's a shirt. Chucking it with Shuck? Come on.
I feel like this is going to be like just
shucking some corn.
Kamara all day.
No, you're right about that. I do think the Kamara, but again, are you confident in Rashid Shaheed or Brandon Cooks to take any kind of targets away from Chris Olave at all?
No, not even a little bit. Unless he gets concussed again.
Hey, we don't talk about that on the show. He scored negative 0.5 points that week. It was so bad.
He didn't get 0. You shouldn't have had to get iced. He didn't score 0.
Yeah, he scored. Actually, got double iced. You're right. You know, the lady at the gas station was so nice because I didn't want to buy a whole case of Smirnoff Ice. She let me buy just one. She literally took it out and goes, "Yeah, I'll just charge you $1 for it." She was the nicest person. So at least that worked out in my favor. But Chris Olave, man, he's not someone I'm rostering at all. To get back to serious news, I'm just not going to roster him unless he's on my dynasty leagues already. Best ball, he's not an option because he doesn't give you those 40, 30-point weeks. He's not someone I'm touching a best ball. Redraft, if the price is right. If your home league, like I live in Tampa Bay. My home league is going to be down on him automatically because he's a Saint. That's just how people draft sometimes. So if he falls a little bit later and he could be my wide receiver 3, I'm in for it. Why wouldn't you want that, Justin? Because he does have that wide receiver 2 upside. upside, wide receiver 2 upside. That's so disgusting to say.
He's a
So
flip.
where do you draw the line though? Like where is that point? How far does he have to fall?
It's so tough because I'll be honest, I have not done a lot of redraft leagues
I
this
mean,
year. I've been
he's
staying
being
away from those.
He's being drafted as a low wide receiver 3 this year. So
He's being drafted. So he's being drafted right now, right below Jerry Jeudy, which I would take Olave over Jerry Jeudy. I would take Olave over Travis Hunter. I would take Olave over Pickens, who all these players are being drafted above him. Jameson Williams, Ted McMillan, and Rush. I'm not gonna say it. And that's the line. I'm not gonna say Rashee Rice because I have hopes he's not gonna be suspended, which he will. Hurtful. That's so hurtful to me. But yes, that's where I draw the line. So around 25, 26-ish, wide receiver wise.
All right.
But I do have him ranked high. So I'm a fraud.
do.
And that's been documented on the show. That's been well documented on the show.
Big fraud.
Pickens is way better than Olave, Dave, in the chat. Someone ban this guy. Someone ban him.
I think
Can we ban him, Justin?
Put user in timeout, ban user, and delete their comments.
Don't do that. We love Dave here. We love Dave on this show. I miss Dave. Is there any more? I feel like I've just been digging the grave for myself.
I have nothing for Olave. You have done all of the work I needed to talk about why he is not.
I'm moving him down.
So I think I'm going to move him down too. I think the ADP is closer to what he needs to be.
What's your line, Charlene? Where are you sitting at? I'm sorry to cut you off. Where are you sitting at?
I mean, like you said before, I haven't drafted him anywhere. I don't have him. I'm not drafting him in redrafts. I don't think I've got him in any best balls. Yeah, he scares me. Like I'm out.
Yeah,
that price is so good though. Like that price.
I'm worried about his.
See, I'd rather take like Pickens instead of Olave. I just can't do it.
He's good. Olave is good. When he's healthy, he's great. And he has a quarterback throwing in the ball. He's great. But with no quarterbacks, like a bad quarterback situation and his 3 concussions last year really do concern me.
I don't see the stars aligning.
No. In Dynasty, great. I'll pick him up. I'll have him on my roster. Yeah. But if we're playing redraft with a very short bench, I'm not rostering him.
But I want to defend my fraudness real quick, then we'll move on to Josh Downs. Devontae Adams is up here, like being drafted wide receiver 18. I'm not touching him. So I think I would prefer Olave over him. I know I'm crazy. I know I'm in the minority. I just don't trust him.
What are you looking at?
I don't trust Stafford. I'm looking at Fantasy Pros ADP right now, brother.
I literally pulled that this morning. He's showed him Are you looking at PPR?
I'm looking at half.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. He's at 16.
What do you play, Charlene? Half or full PPR? That's a good question.
Mostly full.
That's right. I like full too. I hate half PPR, but I feel like most people play half PPR these days.
Yeah, I think most of mine are full.
Yeah, I think most of mine are full too. And then the best part is Dirtbag Dave. He set up a league a couple nights ago. He had tight end premium 0.5. 2 hours before the draft. Draft started, he took it away. And I drafted Kittle and McBride in the 2nd and 3rd round, and I was laughed at. So it is what it is. I played it off though, guys. I was like, no, I knew it was not premium. I knew he took it away. Do you play tight end premium in your home leagues?
In my home leagues, no, but I'm in a bunch of leagues that are tight end premium.
Did you go to the live Scott Fish? I see the Scott Fishbowl shirt. Did you go to a live draft this year?
I did. I went to LA this year.
That's cool.
I've been to well, it was SF, now it's NorCal, but so I've been to the NorCal live draft the last 2 years, and I was planning to go this year again, but they changed the date to June, and it happened to fall on my husband's birthday weekend, so I said, all right, I guess I'm going with plan B, and my plan B was Vegas, and then Vegas was the exact same day as NorCal. So I said, all right, we're going plan C. LA it is.
Plan C sounds pretty good. Speaking of Vegas, if you're going to be in Vegas week 1 of the NFL season, I'm going to be there. So if you see me, I know this is a long shot, but if you see me or Dirtbag Dave, he's going to be there too. He's in the comments right now. Say hi, say what's up. You know, we're going to be broadcasting live Monday morning from Vegas. Cold brews and hot takes. I can't wait, Justin. It's going to be the most craziest show of all time.
It's
I don't know if
7
I'm going to be
a.m.
sober.
for you. It's going to be ridiculous. I can't wait.
7? No, it's 6 a.m.
Is Vegas Pacific time?
It's 3 hours difference, I believe. Yeah,
Oh,
3
that is
hours from where I'm
good.
now.
That is
So I got to wake up at
Oh,
like
you're
5
East
to
Coast,
prepare.
yeah.
Yeah, so I might just stay up all night. I don't know. Why not? We fly out that day too.
Xavier Worthy. Moving on.
Oh, we're doing
Someone's got to
Worthy?
keep this show going. Yeah, next one is Xavier Worthy. Being drafted 23 overall. We are, as a team, we have him at 32. I have him at 27. You have him at 39.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you want me to talk about how he's a gadget player and he isn't really
Is
gonna
the only
be,
is the only receiving option the Chiefs have? I mean, yeah,
No,
Travis
that's
Kelce,
true.
but like
That's true.
Rashee Rice is
Who
coming
made
off of a
who made it to
brutal
the Super Bowl last year in the AFC?
Chiefs.
How many receivers or pass catchers did they have over 1,000 yards last year?
What, 0?
0.
Okay.
Do they need? They have a great defense. That's well documented. They have an excellent defense. They don't have a lot of great pass catchers. They keep on trying. They're going to try it again with Royals. They tried it with Worthy. Worthy did great in the postseason. He really did. Like he showed out in the postseason. He didn't really do much in the regular season. And I don't know if he's a player I want to stick into my offense. Where is he going? Wide receiver 23. So he's going to be in your lineup weekly, like literally weekly.
The ADP.
And you don't know if he's going to score 0.
Oh no! Did we lose Charlene?
Or 40. She's the invisible woman. No, does she?
Okay.
Am I frozen?
No, I'm good. I was like, oh no, it started raining here, so I was concerned that I was also frozen.
She didn't
we
like my
lost
take
her.
about Worthy,
I'm
but
sure
he
she'll
is
be
a
back.
gadget player.
Maybe
He is a
we
gadget
hate it.
player, and he's going to be invisible some games. And you're telling me you're drafting him at wide receiver 23, 54 overall? That's something I'm not.
I mean,
comfortable with.
I'm not like I'm at 27 on him. Like I get it. He's a gadget player. He's a flex player at best, in my opinion. Assuming that you're playing 2 wide receivers and you're starting lineup not 3. But I just, and to answer Dave's question, did Rashee Rice and Kelce die? No, but Rashee Rice is also coming off a very gruesome knee injury that, yeah, he's not suspended for the first 4 games of the season, but he's not going to just come back to being an all-star like right away. So it's going to take him some time to get back into the swing of things. And then he still might get suspended. So Rice isn't really a valuable option, in my opinion, on the Chiefs offense. And Kelce is starting his decline as well. It's not like he's a tight end 1 or 2. You got younger guys that are just outperforming him. Even Kelce played his worst season ever of his career last year. Least amount of didn't hit 1,000 yards. It was the least amount of yards, and I think tied for the least amount of touchdowns in his entire career, which is not great either. Mahomes also hit my list of players to fade this year, and he's being drafted as QB6 right now. So
I don't got a problem with that. But I do have a problem with Worthy being drafted so high, especially where we expect him to be a deep threat player. He's supposed to be with Mahomes, the greatest quarterback of all time. What was his ADOT last year, right? People like to use ADOT, right? Average depth per target, 9.2. Very low, 72nd overall. He is what do you say? Yards per route run. I know this is a stupid stat, right? 6.5 yards per target. He's not, what was that? What was that? That was not the postseason Xavier Worthy. This was the regular season Xavier Worthy. Are we going to see a bump up? Like, are we expecting? Are people projecting forward with Xavier Worthy, where we're stuck in the past looking at his real numbers from last year? Because guys, if he does what he did in the postseason, yes, he's going to freaking crush for you. But I'm not willing to risk that at 23 overall. Here are the guys that are going around him. You have Devontae Smith, Cortland Sutton, Zay Flowers, Ted McMillan, Calvin Ridley, which I'm kind of high on. I don't know why. Pickens, like you guys all love Pickens, Waddle, Olave. Like I understand taking Worthy over some of these guys because of the upside. I just don't want to take the risk in a starting lineup. Draft him as a flex player, not as a starting wide receiver, and that's where he's being drafted right now.
Yeah, I think 23 is way too high. We are significantly lower on him than the ADP. So this is one of those that like I think the ADP is wrong here. I don't think he's a wide receiver too. And I mean, neither does our team. So it's not just us; it's our whole team that thinks this. You definitely significantly have him lower than everyone else. But
Who I got the numbers right here. I've had it in front of me. Kelsey, 823 yards last year. Worthy, 638 last year. Noah Gray was the third leading receiver for the Chiefs, 437. Hopkins was 437. Like they rely on their run game and defense to win games.
yeah,
And even though Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback that ever lived, he doesn't need to throw for 5 billion yards, and his receivers don't need to catch for 1,500. They have great defense. They have Kareem Hunt. They have Isaiah Pacheco. That's how they're going to win football games. So they don't care about
the only other thing that I'm concerned about with the Chiefs offense in general, and this is in the article I wrote as well, is that the last time that the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl in an embarrassing fashion like they did this past Super Bowl, they didn't make the Super Bowl the next year, and their offense was not nearly as good, even though Patrick Mahomes went QB1. So does he go QB1? Does he continue to fall off? Patrick Mahomes' success will determine how good Worthy actually is this year.
It's fair enough.
Charlene, what do you think about Xavier Worthy?
Hey. I like him, but maybe not quite where he's being drafted.
Yeah.
Because for exactly that reason, where I don't know that Mahomes is going to be able to carry the team the way he has been.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Josh, I think you need to change the batteries in your.
Can I go off camera real quick to do that?
Yeah, you're good, man. I like making fun of Josh literally as much as possible, so it's great. So we're going to talk about the next person here. Actually, before we get to Josh Downs, do you have any wide receiver that you think is just being drafted way too high or way too low?
I did, but it seems to be self-correcting.
Okay.
So for a while, I felt like Courtland Sutton was being drafted way too low. Especially, I mean, who's he up against? Who's he competing with?
Exactly, nobody.
And I feel like people are so high on Bo Nix and his potential for this season, and I just don't understand why, if you're that high on Bo Nix, why aren't you that high on Courtland Sutton?
Yeah.
Like I'm just the correlation isn't there. So
especially when theoretically there's nobody else other there except for Evan Ingram to maybe take his targets like away from him. But I definitely agree that there's no real other major target there. I mean, Tim Patrick still there? Like
Marvin Mims,
like Marvin Mims Jr. Like we as a team collectively have him at 21. Josh has him at 19. I have him at 22. He's being drafted ADP 22. So his ADP is going up because I think it was
it's definitely it was
week.
Right. It was low. So it's finally like starting to correct. So
and that's the biggest thing about right now for the next week and a half or two is that this ADP is going to change. It's going to continuously change.
Right.
The values are going to correct themselves, as you would say, because more drafts are starting to happen.
Right.
So we're seeing the degenerates that have been drafting since February draft and make this ADP.
What do you mean?
Now we're going to see all the casuals coming back in, playing fantasy football and doing their draft. So I think some of these will correct themselves. Some of the rookies will start sliding down in the ADP.
Right.
And a lot of these elite guys will start rising back up the ADP.
Right.
Josh, do you have any comments about Courtland Sutton before we move on?
I've been drafting Courtland Sutton as my wide receiver 1. And I hate it, but I'm into it because that's what I do. I think he's great. I think he's fine. He's such a underrated player this year, and people are just looking down on him. And you're right, Charlene. Bo Nix this, Bo Nix that. But if you want Bo Nix to be good, then you have to understand there's going to be other people out there that are going
Right.
to be good as well. So I think I like Cortland Sutton this year. Again, they have nobody else.
Yeah.
Literally nobody. I'm worried about the Javonte Williams drop off though. The 70 targets he received last year. Where do those go? Like, where do those go? I don't think RJ Harvey, is he going to pick that up? Are they going to split them between the backs? Like, where do those 70 targets go?
If there is anything I've learned as a Broncos fan, it's I have no idea what's happening in the backfield. I cannot predict any of that ever.
So Raphael is asking where Ted McMillan is landing. Right now, his ADP is 28. I have him at 28. Our team has him at 26. Josh, you are the lowest at 37 on him. I think this is another one that will start to correct itself as well. I think he will slide down into a flex position as more regular redraft people come in and start drafting, and less of your dynasty redraft people are drafting. So I think he will slide.
Did we miss a comment from Zach?
Where? Oh,
I don't know.
Someone skipped me third. Oh no, Zach, I'm so sorry. Happy National Ice Cream Day. Like your shirt, Charlene.
I'm about to get some ice cream after the show. Not after the show.
I
It's
didn't
too
know
early.
it.
Don't day drink. Don't eat day drink, or don't day eat ice cream. It's not good. You'll get a stomach ache early. It's not good.
It is 9:45 in the morning here, so it is entirely too early for ice cream.
Back when I
Or-
used to work
or
on the
beer.
cars, I don't know if it's too early for beer. But for ice cream, I used to work on the cars back in the day on the Heat, and Dave still does. And there used to be a milkshake man that used to drive around to the car dealerships, be like 11 o'clock and 10 o'clock, whatever. I get me a huge milkshake. I'm done for the day. I'm just like in a Lexus parked in the back of the dealership, AC full blast, whatever. Yeah, I'm working. No, dude, don't day drink milkshakes or ice cream.
Milkshakes.
They drink milkshakes.
Milkshakes are definitely ice cream, right?
I
That's an
mean,
ice
you
cream
could have
product.
just stopped.
That's an ice cream product.
Josh Downs. Collectively, the team has him at 39. Josh, you and I have him at 43. He is being drafted as ADP wide receiver 50. 50. Now, this is obviously big with the news out today. Josh Downs was on my list yesterday of players of my guys that I'm drafting this year, specifically because of his workload on the Colts offense, regardless of who the quarterback is. He is the best wide receiver option on that team. He just is. In the value you can get out of him, drafting him as a wide receiver 50 right now, that is insane value for who's probably going to be a wide receiver 2 on the season. So I think he can hit top 24 status this year. And if you can get him at 50, then
Yeah,
it's even better.
that's a steal. Yeah, I've got him in a lot of best balls.
Alex Pierce is the Colts wide receiver that I get in best ball.
I go back and forth between the two. Yeah, for sure.
So are you going to bump him up because of DJ, or are you going to bump him down because of DJ? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. Because I wrote these notes before the news came out, even though I already knew the news back in April. But I will say this. He's going to go up. This is now that I know for sure that Daniel Jones is a starter. He's going up, and I don't know how far up. I have him at 43 right now, but I got to analyze this and figure it out. But he's definitely going up. I like this for Josh Downs. It's for the reasons that you are all thinking. What do we see in the preseason? I know that you laughed at me, Justin, said I didn't watch the game. No, I watched clips. I'm sorry. I have a life. I have kids. I'm not watching Colts preseason football.
You talked about one specific pass, but then also missed the exact same pass that was awful. Like way worse.
You're dang right I did. But when he hit Tyler Warren on the sideline, I'm going, that's my guy. That's my quarterback. Let's go. And I want to see more of that because I don't think Anthony Richardson can make that throw. In the highlight we saw of Anthony Richardson was, I'm just going to throw it as far as I can. And hopefully, so that's what he did last year. That's what he did.
Caught it.
And I don't think somebody caught it. Somebody caught it. But I don't want somebody caught it and as my quarterback. I don't want that. And I don't want that at all.
How can you say that?
like I would like Jameis. He's fun to watch because he doesn't just heave it down the field and hopefully someone catches it. He heaves it everywhere. Sidelines, middle of the field, deep. It doesn't matter. Jameis is just like, screw it. AR, I feel like he doesn't even know how to check it down. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I just feel like Jones historically features the slot. Wandale Robinson, Sterling Shepard played in the slot there for a while, so he does have comfortability there. Whereas I don't know if AR5 has that in him yet, where it goes, okay, where's the safe play? Where he just wants to chuck it deep. I do like this. I'm more worried now that Tyler Warren is going to eat into my Josh Downs love. I don't know where to go with this, but I like both a lot more now than I did before. And I'm not an AR5 hater, Charlene, in case you know. I did trade for him a couple months ago from Dave, who's watching. But I just don't believe he can get the job done for the receivers. For fantasy, sure. He's just, this was said to me early in a text, he's just like Justin Fields, but 10 times worse. And if you're 10 times worse, how could you start that? I mean, I'm sorry. He's going to leave the show, so I'm going to stop. The floor is yours, sir, boss.
I knew this was coming as soon as I highlighted Josh. I almost changed. I was like, no, we're going to talk about it because I almost went with like Khalil Shakir instead, who was being drafted lower than what we have him at. That's fine. Hopefully Daniel Jones is what the Colts need. Karen Rodgers. Hopefully,
that was a shot. He did that for you. He stuck up for you, by the way. I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, and he did that out of spite. So I know where you lie, Raphael. I know whose side of the tracks you stand on. Dirtbag.
Thanks, Raphael.
Just kidding, Raphael.
No, I hopefully Daniel Jones is exactly what they need. You have two of the same exact quarterbacks. Just one is 23 and one has proven to the league that he also can't play. So I'd rather go with the development, especially if you're, trying to build an organization. But regardless, neither of the quarterbacks are going to be there next year. And we'll see how long the rest of the wide receiver core for the Colts is there past this year. So, but I'm drafting Josh Downs regardless because, again, good wide receivers are going to be good wide receivers. And like Dave said in the chat, he had 6 games last year at top 24 as a top 24 wide receiver with some of the worst quarterback play ever. So,
yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Charlene, I feel like the time went by way too fast. I feel like we had a lot of fun. I hope that is not just in my head. I hope you had fun too.
No,
where
I had a
can
great time. Thank you, guys.
Where can we find you? Justin forgot to plug that at the top. What a dirtbag Justin turned out to be. Where can we find you?
I am on Twitter at Chowbella1981, and I am some form of sweating glitter 24/7 everywhere else. Instagram, Blue Sky, Discord, wherever you go on social media, I'm probably there.
Right. Make sure you follow her everywhere. We are on Blue Sky as well. Fantasy Now Plus. I am not on Blue Sky or Twitter or social media, but you can find me at chat.fantasynowplus.com. That is our Discord. If you want direct access to me, I don't know why you would, but if you would, you can message me there. I'll probably give you my phone number as well because I don't even go on Discord. I do go on Discord. I just don't like it. I prefer text. I give everyone my number. So just text me if you want. But Justin's there, Justin Bowerly on Blue Sky. We're on Instagram, TikTok, FantasyNowPlus.com as well. If you want to hit up our rankings, our articles, Justin just put out a top 5 people he's fading. What's it called?
It's my guys that I'm drafting and my guys that I'm fading this year. So both articles are out on our website right now. It's one player from each position that I'm drafting and fading this year.
Right on. So check that out. We got some shorts heading up over there on Fantasy Now Plus on our YouTube. Finn's Talk Sports Network. I can't plug them enough. They are magnificent. Thank you, Bobby, and that whole team over there who lets us host on their channel as well. I also do a show over there, wrestling. If you're into pro wrestling, who would have known I would be in professional wrestling? Saturday nights, no holds barred. We talk about all the pro wrestling. Last week, we did WrestleMania next year booking way too early. I took it from fantasy. I took it from you guys, from us. We always do this way too early rookie draft 2029, way too early 2054 draft. So we did a way too early WrestleMania in April. It's in April next year. So go check that out if you're a professional wrestling fan. Other than that, Justin.
Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., our weekly ranking show with Topher and Michael. Friday, Studs and Suds with Jeff and Chris, Pudge. And then Saturday, our Dynasty and 30 show with Will and I think Pudge this week. So, and then Josh will be back Monday morning at 9 a.m. So lots of shows this week.
There we go. That's the entire lineup. I hope you guys had fun. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you're watching this after our live show, comment down below. Who do you think is being drafted too low, too high at the wide receiver position? Am I crazy on Chris Olave? Is Justin crazy for hating Daniel Jones? Does Charlene have an awesome shirt? Yes, she does. Until next week, guys. This has been Josh Kimmel. That's Justin. That's Charlene. Have a good one. We're out.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.